So here at the top of the show, I want to talk about the Retro Rogues fanzine. I said last episode I was hoping it would be ready and available, and it is now. You can actually download it actually off of the website right now. I want to preview it here real quick, if you all don't mind. I've been talking about some of the things that are inside the magazine, but we haven't really shown a whole lot. So this is obviously the cover. Everyone's kind of seen that. Lists some of the different items that are in the magazine itself, or the fanzine. But this is the title page. I think we did show this last episode. You just kind of saw it briefly, though. But you can see it a lot better here. Has in here what the contents is. This is our feature story with PJ from Orville Nation. This is an artist spotlight with artist Ben Glendenning. Continues here to this page. This is a pinup of the Golden Age Batman and Robin that I did. This little teaser for our Comics Greatest World that'll be coming to the Retro Rogues podcast very, very soon. I'm still working on that, but it should be debuting soon. This is a favorite comics from yesteryear. This is a little segment here on Funko Pops that's in there. I'm talking about, of course, the classic X-Men, and I talk a lot about some of my early experiences with them. There's a couple of the cartoons that are in there, one submitted by my mom, Jane, who sometimes watches and participates in the show, and the Janimal, who used to be the, or still is sort of the on-again, off-again co-host of the Retro Retrospective. We do have episodes still in the pipeline that I need to finish. This is the feature on Moon Knight Rising with the art that James Stone and I did together. If you're interested in Moon Knight, there's a lot of interesting information. And then I actually have for you here, in my personal opinion, these are the most important. These are the key issues for Moon Knight, and I talk a little bit about why. There's a great article that Ed Harris wrote about why you should be buying original comic book art.
Should mention about Moon Knight, Dave, that remember that there is an upcoming Disney Plus show for that, and I think that was part of the reason for doing the Moon Knight. There's a lot of people like myself, because we've talked about that know nothing about Moon Knight, so this would be a good way to catch up on the character in anticipation for the show.
And these are kind of the key. Like I recommend that you actually check out the essentials if you can get a hold of them, because sometimes you can get those relatively inexpensive, and they have a lot of great material in them. But if you can't run those down, I actually break down, in my opinion, the most important and crucial issues of Moon Knight have been published, in my personal opinion. And it breaks all of these down here, and there's a lot of information there about those. But yes, because of the Disney Plus series is why we were talking about it. But this is a very interesting article, actually, that Ed Harris wrote about collecting comic book art.
And Ed has been on the show. It's important to mention that Ed has been on the show. And
right here, this is our totally brand new story just for the magazine. I don't want to dwell on it too much, but you can read that. And then the next issue, I'm planning a deep dive retrospective like what we did for Moon Knight, but I'm going to be focusing on Miracle Man. So that'll be coming up. So,
but Dave, I don't have my issue. How do I get one?
Well, funny you should bring that up. We're going to walk you through the steps here in case anyone is not 100% certain how this works. So what you want to do is you want to go to the Retro Rogues website. You can either get there by going to www.davebeatty.com, or you can go www.retrorogues.com. This is the first page that it takes you to. It has episodes on it, but what you want to do is at the very top of the website, there's a little menu up there, and it says Retro Rogues Live. The next one says Latest News. If you click on the one that says Latest News, it'll actually load the blog page. And on the blog page, the very first thing that comes up is the Retro Rogues Fanzine Issue 1. So if you click on the headline there that turns blue, that's the link. If you click on that, it takes you to the story or the article about the Retro Rogues Fanzine. And if you just scroll down, it's very, very simple. There's a little bit about it. And then right there, that little link right there, if you click on that, it will automatically download it to your website. Doesn't cost you anything, doesn't do anything weird. There's nothing strange going on with it. It's just a straight PDF It doesn't have any kind of security or anything on it. So if you want to take it and email it to friends, or if you want to email them a link and say, hey, check this out, I think this is fun, we want you to be able to do that. This is something for all of us to share. This is for all of us who are celebrating our fandom. That is the point of the Retro Rogues fanzine. Again, this is issue 1. We're going to do 4 this year and see how it goes. So this is the first one. So basically so we're going to go quarterly. So roughly about every 3 months, give or take, we're going to have a new issue that comes out. So this is the very, very first one. So we hope that you'll go and you'll download it and you'll read it, and hopefully you will enjoy it. And then it'll be fun to come back to the show. And again, please share with your friends. Please share with family, anyone you think that might be interested in this. Please tell them about it. You can email them the PDF directly if you want. It's about 5 megs, so it doesn't take up a lot of space. Please, let's share it. Let's get it out there. Let's get people talking about it. And again, this is free. This is just for those of you that are into this same kind of stuff that we're into. This is for you, our valued viewer and our valued listener.
And we should mention that, as we said previously, we are looking into a very limited print run that will probably initially just be something maybe we give out at events. We are talking about right now going to an event, possibly this year. Of course, with the pandemic, that's always in the air. We're talking about some events right now that we might be attending. So we would have a few issues at the events, probably to raffle off or maybe to give to people that we know are big supporters of the channel, because we know who you are. We know who you are. In fact, speaking to that, Mike Lombard, he says, bonjour, mon ami. Bonjour, Mike Lombard. And of course, Jane's back and says, hey, guys. But
hey,
yeah,
Mom.
we definitely want to make sure Mom gets one, right, Dave? We talked about that. So we want to make sure that some of our real supporters do get a physical copy. So we're going to look into that. We're going to look into those options. Bobby says it looks amazing. Bobby Chambers, you're one of those loyal viewers that we are very aware of. So we're looking into those options for you guys, okay? Because we want to get some physical copies out there, because I just think it's fun. Everybody knows I'm a physical guy, right? Everybody knows that.
Right.
I'm the physical comic book guy. So I don't like downloads, you know what I mean? But I do like this. I just want to say that, Dave, that I think, because I've been with you through this entire process, I've gotten the updates constantly, which is awesome. That's a great part of the creative process, is to get those updates as it's happening and watch the entire project come together. And it's been awesome. It looks awesome. I'm very proud of this. I'm very proud to have the Retro Rogues name associated with it, and my name as co-publisher, Eric Alexander, associated with this as well. It's a big feather in my cap, and I'm just very proud of the work you did. I want to give a big thanks to Orville Nation and PJ. Obviously, he's our first featured creator. That's something that we want to continue with the Retro Rogues. We'll have another creator featured in the next issue, another one after that. We will always be supporting fellow content creators, because we want to build a community. And PJ is all about that. That's what PJ is all about. He's a leader in the community, and we want to support that.
And then if you'll put me center screen here for just a second, just so people can see it. I do have, this is fresh off the press. This is an actual physical finished copy of the Retro Rogues fanzine. This is a full color, real deal printed. This is the real deal right here. I did get some pricing information on these from our printer, and they ran this for me as a proof of concept, and it looks absolutely amazing. The contributors, Ed Harris, James Stone, the Janimal, my mom, as well as our featured guests. We're going to try and get obviously everyone associated with the magazine a copy to start. But those of you who've been with us for a long time, who supported the show, who are always on here commenting, we want to make sure that hopefully we can try and get a copy to you guys. And then we want to have some, again, like I said, Eric mentioned, have some at events, so that we can either have them available either for a raffle or something. But it's going to be very limited. It's going to be kind of hard to get these, but they are going to be out there.
Even harder than the Occupants comic book, which is kind of an inside joke with Dave and I. But anybody that's familiar with the project we worked on, that one was very exclusive. This is going to be more exclusive than the Occupants comic book.
But the thing that's going to be great about this, though, is you can go to the website and you're going to be able to download the issues and have it digitally, because it is ideally a digital publication first. So if you
really?
Really?
Well, yeah. Chris Roberts says physical media is always better.
I like physical media too, but I like digital stuff too. I've been reading a lot of comics digitally, and I have been quite enjoying a lot of stuff digitally right now. But again, just remember, if you want to go read it, you can go download it right now, and it's available for you. If you know anyone who might like it, send them the link or download it and just email them a copy. That's the thing that's really great about it. This is not restricted. This is free. Anyone who wants to read it, we want you to be able to read it. And hopefully also, too, we're going to help people learn more about PJ. We're going to help people learn more about Benjamin Glendenning. We're going to get people to see some of... Oh,
speaking
hey,
of PJ.
So
hope you enjoy it, PJ. You're the star of our first issue, so...
And just so you know, I have been constantly updating it. I was still proofreading this and trying to get this all buttoned up at still 1:30 in the a.m. This was a titanic task to get this thing pulled together. So I am still kind of making some changes because there was still a couple other typos. So I'm still kind of changing. So what happens is as I find them, I fix them, and I upload a new version. So if you got an early version, there's a newer, more improved version available right now. But seriously, please, everyone, share this, tell people about it, let them know that it exists, because the goal is for this to fill that hole in the fandom that was left when Starlog went away and Wizard Magazine went away. It's supposed to sit in that space for those of us that are into it. And this is something for us in our community and for us to all enjoy. So,
and PJ says, wow, I've been reading through the digital magazine. Many, many congrats. And he says, I don't know what to say. Such an honor. But you know what, PJ? We're the ones that are honored that you decided to be involved with this project. We really appreciate your support. You've been our biggest supporter as far as other YouTube contributors go. So we really appreciate that.
So, so again, it's available now. Please go download it, read it. And I am already lining up contributors for the next edition. If you are in the Retro Rogues gallery, if you're in our community, and if you want to contribute something for the magazine, pitch me an idea. The direct messages are open. You can direct message me on Facebook. You can direct message me on Twitter. You can get in contact with Eric as well. We're going to have something for specifically listeners and viewers, a specific column for them. But in addition to that, if you have an idea for the magazine, pitch it. I want to hear it because we're looking for the content for the next edition. Just so you know, I have been talking to a trading card publisher about possibly doing a story for the next one. Ed Harris is also tentatively agreed to actually do one for each issue. Doctor Strange, unfortunately, couldn't be in this particular issue, but I'm hoping he will show up for the next one. I'm in the process of talking to several different people about our next artist spotlight. There's just a lot of cool things going on, and I'm actually talking to a very good friend of mine about actually writing a very interesting Trek piece, and he's already created an amazing piece of art to hopefully go along with it. So there is some interesting stuff going on for the next one. Oh, and James Stone is coming back. He's got something special he's cooked up for the next one. And again, I'm going to have a lot of stuff in there about Miracle Man. I love Miracle Man, and we're going to be talking a lot about that fantastic character too. So we've got a lot of great stuff coming up for the next one. But if you have an idea for the Retro Rogues fanzine, please pitch it to us. We want to hear it.
I really want to emphasize that we have discussed the idea of a fan spotlight. I really want to do that. I think that would be awesome to have one of our viewers or listeners talk about their fandom. If you're a big Star Wars collector, or if you're a big, whatever collector, or you're, a big reader, whatever your fandom is, I would love to have a fan spotlight and also some fan art. I think would be a lot of fun too. So if any of you are artistic or anything like that, and you have your own fan art or something like that, I think that would be a lot of fun. Those are just two things right off the bat. PJ has a question. He says, I want to review your first issue on my channel. Can I show images on our YouTube stream? I would say absolutely yes. What about you, Dave?
Yes.
I'm totally on board with that.
Yes, feel free.
He wants to review all of our issues.
That would be great.
on our channel. So that would be great, PJ. We would really appreciate it. I mean, that's the name of the game. That's why we're doing this. It's all about publicity. It's all about getting the Retro Rogues brand out. So,
but in addition, yes, and in addition to, again, we're hoping to just build kind of a fun community. So please, PJ, tell people about it. Show them, let them know it's out there. If they want to, check it out and read it, feel free. We have probably more comic book superhero stuff heavy in this particular issue, and I'm going to specifically push the next issue to feature more, science fiction type stuff. Miracle Man has a very heavy science fiction angle to it. So hopefully the next one's going to be more science fiction based. This one was very superhero heavy. But we'll see how it goes with the next one. And I'm also going to do some interesting deep dives into runs of comics that I've talked about on the show, but some people might be too terribly familiar with. Like, for example, a lot of the Adventure Line comics from back in the 80s. I want to get into a lot of that interesting stuff that people maybe have not read and maybe introduce them to a lot of this material, because I still think it's interesting and worthwhile to discuss. Cool.
And PJ says, just reviewing such great content. It's going to be fun. We agree with you, PJ. It's going to be fun.
Well, I'm very glad that you like it, and thank you for being part of the first issue, and thank you to all of our contributors for being part of the first issue. This would not have been possible without all the hard work that everyone has put into this. So definitely, let's get the word out. Let's share it. Let's let people know that it's out there, and hopefully people will enjoy it. And it's kind of a fun thing, every quarter, you're going to be able to have this fun sort of Starlog wizard type magazine, and it's going to be available there for us to enjoy. So, and I think that's really cool.
And it's free, everybody. Free. So.
Yep. And it's quality too. That's the thing I love about it too. And there's no catch. I love that too. There's no catch. You don't have to do anything weird. All you gotta do is go to the website and download it. That's it. You don't have to sign up for anything if you don't want to. You don't have to give us any information you don't want to. You don't have to do any of that nonsense. And the best thing about it is too, there's only one ad in this entire thing, and it's for our podcast, the fun special series that we're going to be doing. And it's got original brand new art with it, but other than that, that's it. It's just it's I don't know. I think it's really cool. I would have been totally about this. So if I were just seeing it and everything, oh, this is cool. So
no, it definitely has that Starlog vibe, and I think that's absolutely what you were going for. So that's awesome.
Very cool.